Gratitude, that's the focus of today's voice. You know, when you look back on your life, there were people that paved the way for you to get to where you want to go. Now, granted, I'm sure over your life you went in a lot of different directions trying to figure out what you want to do, what you're good at, and what you want to sort of make as a career or whatever it is that you want to do in life. But the one thing that I think is important for all of us to keep in mind is having gratitude for people that set the tone for us. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, people who have mentored us, people who have taught us the way. They've taken the time to make sure that we're going down the right path, whether that's your teachers, your parents, an adult influence, friends, mentors that you had in school, sports teammates, coaches, you name it. Whoever it was, they're the real heroes in terms of your success. They are. I think the one thing that people forget as they get bigger, more successful in life is having gratitude. Because I sometimes often hear people say, well, I'm self made. No, you are not. It took an influence from friends, it took mentorship from teachers, it took parenting that your parents never got paid for to make sure you grew up to be who you are today. It took other people. And guess what? As you grow older or get more successful, it's still going to take more people, more mentorship, more guidance. Now, granted, you may mentor people along that way, but understand it took somebody else giving up their time and their heart to make sure that you're on the right road. It did. Every successful person you can think of out there had some sort of guidance or mentorship. Somebody helped them along the way, somehow. It's real talk, people. I think about my own life. I was just thinking about this morning. I would not be where I am today if it weren't for a lot of friends, family, mentors, teachers, coaches, parents, family, friends who are adults who've mentored me. They didn't take the time to point me in the right direction and make sure that I stayed on course. I wouldn't be where I am today. I would not. You know, I think about a little group of friends in Columbus, Ohio. I think about them all the time in terms of how, I learned from them about a lot of things in life, about work ethic, how to treat other people, how to lay the groundwork so that yourself and others can benefit from it. I learned about brotherhood. I learned about how to have friends of different genders. I learned about how to believe in myself for them, or from them, excuse me. All important aspects of life I've learned from them. I've also learned these things from friends in Minnesota. I've also learned these things from, family in the Midwest. I've also learned these things from people in Phoenix, Arizona. I've learned these things from people in South Carolina. I've learned these things from people in California. I've learned these things from people in Texas. I learned this stuff from people in Colorado. This was no mistake how I got here today, and I am deeply grateful for everybody's hand in shaping me today. I am, because God knows where I would be if I didn't have all of these people from these states and everything like that that helped shape me. I got a 24-year-old friend today. I learn stuff from him all the time about a lot. I never thought I could learn stuff from somebody that's younger. I do every single day. Even two of my closest friends, one's in Columbus, Ohio, the other one's in Las Vegas, Nevada. I still learn stuff from them every single day, and I'm 37 years old. It takes people to shape who you are for you to get to where you want to be. It does. My gratitude for the people who have shaped me, been there for me through tough times and through good times, and just, showing me the way, whether that's through example or showing me the way that through talking through things with me, that's priceless. No amount of money, no amount of glamour will ever come close to that. So just think, people, when you think that you're self-made, your ass is wrong. It took caring people for you to get to where you need to go, excuse me. And always remember that it took that. Because when you lose sight of that, you've lost sight of yourself. It really does happen every day. That's why I think it's important to have that gratitude, because it says a lot about you, who you are. It says a lot about how you value your relationships with people. And it also says a lot about your heart in terms of whether or not you're a selfish person. It does. At least in my opinion, it does. But, having gratitude will allow you to sort of reflect back on your life. And I think the most important part, it will allow you to become motivated to help others along the way, whether that's younger folks or whoever it is that you want to mentor and guide and show the way. I've always felt like that was the best way to thank the people who have done this for me, is to go do that for someone else. I do. I've always felt like that was the best way to thank others. And that's why when, I go to my job, for example, I try my best to try and do that. Is to try and point others in the right direction. Just because that's my way of thanking them. And I hope one day that those people that I'm trying to thank can be proud of me. I do hope that. And I think they are. As I will try to continue to do that every day for the rest of my life. As well as you should. Have gratitude, people. And thank the people whom were an influence on you along your journey. Trust me, it's worth it. And you'll see the actual spiritual side in you come out. You'll see how it makes you feel. And you'll see how fulfilled you'll be. My name is Scott Foley. Thank you for listening today. This is the last episode, and I'm going to wrap this up for this season. Special thanks to people who are listening to this podcast. You guys have influenced me in such a great way. I definitely think I'm even more excited to release the next podcast for the next season. That's not going to be out till March, but definitely I'm going to for sure keep doing this for the people, because if I can influence whoever it may be, even if it's just one person, I felt like I've done the job I wanted to do. Have a blessed day, people. See you next time.